I feel like Ruiz got a little lucky if he didn't get those knockdowns. The scorecards could have got a little ugly. Doing a classic Pitbull, man. Coming that bitch swinging.
Name. But as long as he wins that fight, it sets up Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder, which I think is what PBC wants.
We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. You walk into the motherfucking Fight Club. Today we're talking Andy Ruiz Jr. unanimous win over Luis Ortiz and Isaac Cruz's right hook knockout. But before we get into this video, do us a favor, go down and like this video, and do yourself a favor and subscribe to the channel. Let's introduce our host for the episode. I'm Paul Pick'em Win'em Concha, and who's with me?
Come on, man. You know we out here, man. It's the Brahma Bull Wang motherfucking people's champ. Little KK, you feel me? I be thinking people be forgetting, so I gotta remind y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Well, no.
What's going on, boys? It's prime time. You already know what it is. Shout out them Gators, by the way. Yes, sir.
That boy talking shit real quick.
Nigga said that shit with a Bulls hoodie on.
For real.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Tampa.
But man, these fights this weekend, one was fast as fuck, and the other one went all 12 rounds. But let's jump into the co-main event. That saw that boy Pitbull Cruz get the second round KO. Got fucking quick work of that boy Eduardo Ramirez.
Easy work, boy. And boy Pitbull doing a classic Pitbull, man. Coming that bitch swinging. I want to see him against Tanky and fuck it.
I was mad as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got the notification that them niggas was walking, and then by the time I tuned in, it was over. I was like, "That's crazy. That's crazy." Like, this is the last time I get drunk before the boxing fights. I'm gonna get drunk during them bitches because niggas be getting killed. Like niggas be getting sent to the shadow realm.
Shit. One of my favorite part was Tank was talking, not Tank. Pitbull was talking and shit, calling out Tank and all that, and all of a sudden the crowd was the camera went to Tank or something, and Tank is just. Like told the whole crowd to be quiet or whatever, shush the crowd. I was just like, oh, that boy Tank. I don't think Tank wants to fight Pitbull again because he already did it. But Pitbull, that's all he wants is that Tank.
Nah, he'll never fight Pitbull again because it's not gonna benefit Tank at all. It's just gonna be more like pleasing the fans, and that's the last thing fucking Tank likes to do is please the fans.
Nah, facts. But it's too big a challenge for no reason, like you say, man. Like this man Pitbull really put breath through it. I don't even think Keon got finished by Tank. They went all 12 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people could have made the argument that like, man, Pitbull got that, man. So blah blah blah. So like, hey, shout out Pitbull though. What's his career? What's his career for? You think you see like some titles in his future?
I believe this was a title eliminator, so I don't know if he's the mandatory for the regular belt at 135, or if he's the mandatory now to Devin Haney Cambosis for one of the promotions. I don't think he wins either of those fights. I think this is his ceiling. I think his ceiling is a title
he probably won't,
but never actually touching the gold.
That shit is probably too deep for him to really get a belt.
You think he want to move up to 140 and try to do something crazy out there?
He's might try, but yeah, he's too small. And then if the T.O.'s gonna be there, Ryan Garcia's probably moving up there. Like, this is not gonna be it's not the safest waters either for someone at his size.
He's gonna be a forever gatekeeper.
He might go get the regular belt at 135 if Tank has to let it go. If he moves up to 140 or something, like he might go
the fake belt.
Yeah, that's gonna be. He's not elite talent, but he's world talent.
That's crazy how that works. Almost like a regular belt.
But no, see, that proves that when people say belt, I mean, boxing does have too many belts, but it's kind of cool when it works out like that, man. Because I feel like Isak is a dog, but he's not gonna be able to touch a belt. And that shit's all.
And Shakur moving up, like he's just in the wrong generation right now.
Yeah, he's just at the wrong time, and he's too small. Dude is smaller than Tank to move up to 140.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Oh shit. On to our main event, which I thought was so fucking great. Like this main event went both ways. We had Andy Ruiz getting 3 knockdowns in the fight, but Luis Ortiz, like outside of those knockdowns, Luis Ortiz in those middle rounds was fucking laying some shots, was putting his shit together. The very close fight, but Andy Ruiz getting the unanimous decision win, and now it sets up that saying it's a semi-final title eliminator. And so is Deontay Wilder's fight is a semi-final title eliminator. So when they really want Ruiz versus Wilder come this next fight.
Nah, I feel like Ruiz got a little lucky. If he didn't get those knockdowns, the scorecards could have got a little ugly.
I'm happy
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this was a hard fight to keep the score with the whole time, just because how back and forth. Like there are a lot of times where it felt like, like I could have went either way in a couple rounds.
The 2 rounds that were definitely Ruiz's was the second, where he got 2 knockdowns. The second one did look kind of like a push, but I'm rocking with a knockdown. He was doing some damage in that second round. And then the 7th round, where he got another knockdown. And honestly, I thought the fight was about to be over, and my bet was gonna cash. But Luis Ortiz was a fucking trooper. I mean, he took Wilder's punches. I'm pretty sure Ruiz's punches, he go fast. He wasn't as hard as Wilder's hits.
I just throw out the brothers took Wilder.
That shit crazy when Wilder put his ass out with 1 punch. Bow.
Yeah, like he began this stupid ass.
But he also got back up in those in that second one. I believe Wilder knocked him down early, and he got back up, fought a good fight, and then got KO'd in the late round.
He definitely was winning that second fight, but the way Wilder beat this.
Yeah.
But I look at this, right? Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz both proved to me that not only are they title contenders, definitely, but I think they're motherfucking true, like, champions in their own sense. It's just they're in the loaded division right now. Like I don't see anybody beating them if it wasn't for the Tyson Furies and the what's big dog that just beat Joshua? Usyk, Joshua. I don't know. Ruiz might be able to do something with Joshua. But I like the fact that Ruiz was as heavy as he was the first time he fought Joshua, and he was still able to move. But the biggest thing to me was their chins. Their chins are fucking made out of titanium. Like, these both were taking shots. I mean, shots. And the fact that they kept coming, a lot of those shots would have put people in the hospital, most people in the hospital. But the fact that they just kept coming back and forth, that's what I loved about the whole fight. Because every time I thought, all right, Andy Ruiz is going to go ahead and just finish this off real quick, Luis Ortiz was still coming. So it's like, this is kind of what you want out of heavyweight boxing. And like, I just became bigger fans of both.
Thanks.
No, I do agree with Marcus, though, because the scorecards were 113, 112, 114, 111, 114, 111. Very close fight. And Ruiz got 3 knockdowns. You'd never see someone get 3 knockdowns in a fight and only win by 1 point.
Nah, if he ain't get those knockdowns, that shit probably would have went the other way for real.
It was a great fight.
Yeah, no, I cannot stress enough how good of a fight it was. But I mean, all Wilder got to do is win his fight against Hienes, I don't know how to say his name. But as long as he wins that fight, it sets up Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder, which I think is what PBC wants, what WBC wants, what everyone wants right now.
No, that should be a good-ass fight. And to see Ruiz can eat these other heavy shots, but I want to see if he could eat a Wilder shot.
No,
if he can, man. If he can, he might give Wilder some issues.
I don't think you can eat Wilder's shots. I think you can make his shots not clean. I think that's what Tyson Fury taught us. Like, you can make a lot of his shots not clean, but he can still knock your stupid ass down, like, quick. Because like nobody in the world hits that hard.
Facts.
Shouldn't be allowed.
On the flip side, I mean, I'm gonna throw a name out there. Let me know how this sounds to y'all. They're both coming off a loss right now. Luis Ortiz, I think, looked great for 43 years old. I think he should go fight Zhang. And that would be a fucking slugfest. Like, both coming off the loss, both a nice name. You can throw them on a co-main event somewhere, and that would slug it out. It could probably be the people's main event.
That'd be funny as fuck. That shit, I could see that happening. Boy, Zhang got hold last fight.
Yeah, and Ortiz is on his, like, he's 43. He's on his last leg. I think he's either just trying to find a couple more fights to make some bucks on, because after this loss, he's he's not ever gonna get a title shot again, really. So now
He's
it's
never
time,
gonna get a
yeah,
title
it's time
shot.
to find some people you can make some money fights with. That's gonna put.
Really, I think he actually does this shit because he genuinely loves this shit. Because he didn't defect from Cuba until 2010, and he's like an amateur god. So like him just kind of being 43 is the equivalent to like Lomachenko in a sense to me, because it's not really, but it's close. Like it's just like these dudes did what they did in the amateur world, so now they just kind of just showcase. As long as they can still do it, they're gonna be doing it.
It is box. Some people just love boxing. Like Mexicans do it, Cubans do it. Some.
He's definitely a good southpaw heavyweight. There's not really a lot of those.
That's fucking crazy. And I didn't know how big a deal. Marcus, explain to me how big a deal that is, because I was watching him and I was like, wow, that looks awkward as fuck for Andy Ruiz the whole fight.
Yeah, that southpaw shit is awkward for anyone, but especially in the heavyweight division, there hasn't really been a lot of them. And like some people argue that he could be up there with the strongest southpaw boxers or heavyweights, not boxers, but heavyweights. So I mean that's pretty cool, but he is getting older. So I mean, I don't know how much big fights he has left.
When is his chin gonna go? Like usually when you age, your chin kind of fades, you feel me?
I thought he would have a weaker chin in this fight, but he held up for the most part, besides the knockdowns.
No, this is a good name, but yeah, this was a great night of boxing. I'm not gonna. I was pretty glad. I was glad that UFC didn't get in the way for this one.
Yeah, right. But shit, they had two great ass fights. We had little boys at 135 with Isaac Pitbull getting the second round knockout, taking care of shit real fucking early, and then fucking Andy Ruiz putting on. I want to say boxing clinic, but he put on a nice little show. Luis Ortiz was fucking playing the show with him. They were going back and forth.
Heavyweight division's been pretty fun the past few years.
No cap, it's been lit. And now they finally fighting each other. They ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, shit.
It's top heavy.
This has been the fucking Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz card recap. This has been Totally Blitz with that boy Marcus, Primetime Penley, Kev, Waterboy Savoy, and this is Paul, Pick and Win Concha. And if you didn't know, now you know, motherfuckers.
Got a problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me,